Hi all, Hipper here. So it's Tashkent time, and I use Makarov on my Tashkent, and I use Rumble and Azure Lane Baltimore and all the speed and rudder perks. And fully packed, important, because it gives me 3 smokes and not just 2 smokes. And main battery to just speed up the rotation, and then I have double rudder and the main battery mod 3. If I had the access to the increased range, I would pick it, but for some reason that Tashkent doesn't, which is a shame. Probably reach 14 kilometers then. 4.6 reload and 1.4 rudder and 46 knots. Quite a long turning circle radius there, but it's not too bad. And of course in this video here I am changing my smoke for a heal, because that was just allowed in the last update. And I was gonna try it. So generally I don't like smoke ships. Like for example my Edinburgh, I don't run smoke on it. And same thing goes for Tashkent. I have been trying out the heal for a few battles today, and I still think that the smoke is preferable. Because it allows you to cap easier, and it allows you to really pound battleships when you get the opportunity. Just smoke up and just broadside to it and just fire those Tashkent guns and set it on fire. So yeah, I'm definitely a smoke guy on this ship here, and it's probably the only ship in the game where I go for smoke. So I'm taking the usual shortcut here to kind of stop the Reds advancing on C. And at this point it's looking like I'm gonna get some battleship backup. So I'm continuing all the way instead of just sitting in here. I could do that, but as soon as someone challenges the cap, I have to pop out anyway. So I might as well just do it and shoot some torps and see if we can get lucky. So we have a Fiji there, and in a minute a Shamba will pop up just around the corner. And of course we use the fast rudder on this build here to avoid shots. That's what this build is all about. We don't care about concealment at all. This is a mini cruiser build, and that's why I also stick with the smoke, because this is primarily a cruiser build, but I don't want to lose all the destroyer capabilities, and really the smoke is what allows you to still play this as a destroyer. With just the heal, you are pretty much always on the run. So here it would be nice to have a smoke. Just pop it here and just sit in the smoke and absolutely pound this JB here. And I was actually trying to pop my smoke right there, but then I realized, oh, I don't have it on the ship in this battle. And yeah, I prefer the smoke, but the heal is not bad at all. Of course it allows me to play even more aggressively, but when you have such a small health pool that the destroyer has, then I don't know how useful a heal really is. For example, on the new destroyer line, the Kiev gets access to both a heal and smoke. And now we're talking, and that makes me really salivate for the tier 7, the Udaloy. I think it's going to be an amazing destroyer. Well, at least if you play your destroyers the way I do, the Russian ones that is, which is pretty much like a cruiser. I have a cruiser commander on it, and I go for range, and then I just dodge everything I possibly can. And it doesn't matter if it's a battleship or a cruiser or a destroyer or a carrier or torpedoes. It's really hard to nail a Tashkent with this build here. And the Kiev is even harder, I tell you that. I was playing Kiev earlier today, and that thing is agile. It's not as fast as Tashkent, but the turning radius is much smaller, so that thing can wiggle. And that's also why I'm so excited about Udaloy, because it looks to be even better. So yeah, I can't wait for next month. I just think Tashkent is such a versatile ship. I love that it can be played like a cruiser, like a very, very low concealment cruiser. Like if I'm not firing my guns, I have about 7 kilometers. And I mean, that allows you to make some pretty amazing plays in this ship here, and it's just so much fun. And if you have the heal equipped on the ship here, then like playing the Tashkent like a rabbit like this, it works really well. I'm keeping this Shambard here occupied, and the key behind me, he can just sit and fire at him basically. I'm having terrible luck with my torpedoes though. Not really getting any hits on this JB here, and I keep resetting him over and over again, but I just don't get any torp hits until now. We get one there, but it's only one, and it's not enough. He's not even backing off. He's actually advancing, and I like that. He's not a normal battleship player that gets scared at the first like torp hit. Like he challenges me, and I mean, I enjoy when that happens. And kudos to him for actually like playing this game a little bit more interesting than most people do. So now this Nicer now here comes in to pretty much ruin my fun, because I don't think the JB player has seen it, and he's just running pretty much into the open arms of a torpedo equipped German battleship, and that's not something you want to do at a distance that he's at here, so of course he gets wiped out there. So that means finally the Fiji is on the retreat, and it means that I can actually cap over on this flank here. So it looks like B is still not entirely capped. So I'm going to head this way to support the guys over there, because I'm not sure they're actually going to be able to cap B before the Reds get in range and are able to reset them all the time. So it's good to have a destroyer over there. And again, I wish I had smoke here, because that means I could just set up shop inside the cap, smoke up, and it doesn't matter how many times the battleships get reset, I keep ticking. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have smoke. Just taking a few shots at this Cleveland here, because why not? He's so far away that there's absolutely no chance he can hit me. If you remember, Tashkent actually got buffed. I think it must be about a year ago now, but before then, the engine got taken out constantly on this ship here, and I didn't enjoy playing it a lot, because you had to put on a commander that had the destroyer engine skill, and I mean, I didn't care much for that. So once that got buffed, and the range on the guns also got buffed, yeah, this ship here became excellent, and it is now probably my favorite ship in the game. Edinburgh is slowly getting there though, I promise you that. That is also a ship that has grown on me since we got the Arpeggio commanders, and I was able to get the rudder below 2 seconds on Edinburgh. I mean, that ship is great now, I love it. It's so much fun. At the moment, Edinburgh, Hipper and Tashkent, they are my favorite ships, the ones I play the most. And if you think I always play a Targo, then that's that's not true anymore. I used to, but lately, I don't know, I just want something else, and I kind of want to play more AP cruisers, because there's a lot more cruisers in the games these days, and like a Targo does better against battleships and destroyers. But with a good AP cruiser like Hipper or Edinburgh, yeah, that's what I like right now. And I do think that when Udeloy comes out, it's probably going to be one of my favorite ships as well. I don't know if it's gonna surpass Tashkent, probably not, but it's gonna be close. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the A flank in this game here, but I can tell you that those guys over there just had a dreadful game. I don't know what they were doing, but as soon as the game started, they all went back to that island where the blue battleship is sitting right now, and they're just sitting there, letting the enemies totally just run through the flank, and that's why we have such like reds all over the map now. And of course, those 3 ships, as soon as the reds corner them, they all sink immediately. So yeah, I mean, if you are outnumbered on a flank and that happens, don't do what these guys did here, because that's just yeah, useless basically. Put up a fight and like delay the enemy for as long as you can. So we'll have to mop this up now and see if we can push them back. Of course, this is a domination game, so there's really no base or anything down here to come looking for, so I don't really know why they're pushing so aggressively. And it's like just an interesting sight seeing this Massachusetts here sitting in what is probably one of our spawn points, more or less. And it makes you wonder what on earth happened over on the A flank. And yeah, not something very nice, I can tell you that. You can rewind the battle and look at the minimap, but yeah, I wouldn't do it if I were you. So, Tashkent and a heal, what do I think? I think that the smoke is still the better option, definitely. I think that by putting a heal on Tashkent, you are compromising the destroyer abilities too much. And with this build here, I'm already like borderline making this ship a cruiser when it takes up a destroyer spot. And of course, that's just the way it is with this ship here. But I think that keeping the smoke, like I said before, still allows me to do like destroyer things, even with this no concealment build here. And I think without smoke, I'm like relegated to like spamming HE at distance, just like a cruiser would do. So in my opinion, the smoke is the better choice, pretty much. So we pretty much got the enemies whittled down to only 2 now. So I'm going to disengage from this Zara here and let the battleships take care of him, because he could get a lucky shot in, and I don't want to sink here with only 2 minutes left of the battle. So I am going to focus my attention on the battleship instead. And I'm kind of hoping, I'm thinking, I'm almost at 100,000, so let's just set a few fires on the battleship and maybe we can get to 120 or something like that. But then this annoying player here, he decides to reverse behind the island, so I can't start any fires on him unless I get into a different position. So I'll have to pretty much turn around and see if I can't get him from the other side of the island. So that was a spanner in the works there. Had he gone the other way, it would have been perfect. I would have been able to set like a bunch of fires and perhaps even torp him before the battleships finished him off. But as it is now, that's not going to happen. So with the Sarah down, then I'm starting to get greedy here. And look, I shouldn't have fired this next salvo here, but I just really wanted to get above 100,000 damage. And like, I noticed that the King George's guns are actually pointing at me, but I don't care, I just fire anyway, hoping to set a fire and shoot a few torps. And of course this King George here has me, well, sighted immediately and gives me a lesson. He doesn't sink me, but it's pretty close. So I'm deciding that, okay, I'll just leave this guy be for now, and we'll just be happy with almost 100,000 damage.
Problem solved, sir.
So we're approaching the end of the battle here, and I'll actually end up with a dreadnought in this battle here, which is doesn't happen very often in a destroyer, I'll tell you that. But so that's pretty funny. I was kind of chuckling when I saw that. So there we go, that's the end of the battle with the health equipped Tashkent here. And although it's not bad at all, I really like the ship, I still prefer a smoke on this ship here, because I think it's just more useful in the end really. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.